All right. Today is our last class before Thanksgiving. It's coming up, folks. It's going to be so awesome. And we are going to continue our work with flowcharts. So we introduced the concept of a flowchart last Friday. And today we're just going to practice a little bit. So I'm going to go over a flowchart proof with you, and then there's going to be a few more I'm going to ask you to do. And remember what I talked to you on Friday? I said the way you're going to learn with this is by making some mistakes. So I will be circulating around the room while you guys are working on this. And I would love for you to get my attention as you're finishing up these flowchart proofs and just give me a chance to look them over and give you some feedback. It's okay to make mistakes on these today. In fact, I hope that you will make a couple mistakes today so that you can learn from those mistakes and then you don't repeat those mistakes on your actual test, right? So it's okay to make mistakes on these. So please don't be afraid of me giving you feedback. I'm not trying to be mean and say, oh, you did this wrong. I just I want you to see if you are making some small mistakes just so that we can fix them and avoid them moving forward. So let's go ahead and get to 3.2.3. I don't think we had any flowcharts. We didn't have to build any flowcharts in our assignment today, but you will see them, the assignment for today, but you will see them in today's assignment. So the next assignment, you're going to be building some of these things. Let's see here. I'm trying to pick which one we want to go over. I'll tell you what. We're going to do the first one. We're going to do the first one together. All right, so remember that we did some flowchart proofs yesterday, not yesterday, the yesterday of this class on Friday. We filled out one here and we actually built a couple down here. So if you get stuck today, make sure you're flipping back and looking at those examples. But let's go ahead and go through this. And I know some of you were absent on Friday, so this will be sort of an introduction to you on how we do flowchart proofs. First off, we want to decide, do we think that these two triangles are similar? If we don't think they're similar, there's no point in putting together a proof. Do we think they're similar? What do you think? Yes? Okay. What reason would you give for those two being similar? What do you think? SAS or angle, angle? Angle, angle. All right, so we think they're similar because we've got some sets of marking angles, or marked angles. So I like to start at the end. I'm going to start with the last step. I think that they're similar. I know that they're similar. I know I'm going to be able to prove this. So I get to make my similarity statement. I'm choosing to go triangle ABC for my first one. I'll let you guys match up. Make sure you're looking carefully at the angles. A has a single tick mark. That should match up with single tick mark is D. B is next. It has the double tick mark. Double tick mark is E. C is not marked. That matches up with F. That's my conclusion bubble. And for right now, we need to do a reason for our conclusion bubble. Question? That's a great question. I'm super happy you asked that. Question was, do we have to put the triangle symbol in front of here? You don't have to do anything. I mean, you got to breathe and eat and drink water, right? If you are looking to get full credit on a test, then yes, you should put the triangle symbol in front of there. I would take points off if you left that triangle symbol off. Okay, the reason is there are a lot of different things that we can name with 3 letters. For example, you can name an angle with 3 letters, right? So if all you give me 3 letters, I don't know if you're talking about a triangle or an angle. We're going to learn you can name arcs with 3 letters. An arc is a portion of a circle. So there's lots of different things we can name with 3 letters. Part of this class is communicating clearly And so that I know that you're talking about the triangle, not an angle, yes, I got to see that. So thank you for asking that. Yep, you would lose some small points, and it needs to be on both of them. It needs to be on both of them. Okay, we said our reason was AA. Here's another place I could lose some points. Guys, if you can't handle being next to each other, then separate, okay? Thanks. Here's another place I could lose a point. Right now, that's not correct. What did I forget to put? I forgot to put similar, AA similarity. Okay, it turns out there's other things than just angle similarity. There's other ways we can use AA. So we need to be specific. All right, so since my reason is AA, then I need two pieces of evidence. I need one pair of angles and another pair of angles. So I know I'm going to have two bubbles supporting this. So those are going to be up above, and we'll have arrows coming down. And I just need to name the angle pairs that I know. So we were able to see in our picture clearly from the beginning of the problem that angle A and angle D were the same. So I'm going to say the measure of angle A is equal to the measure of angle D. While we're on the subject of kind of nitpicky stuff, you need that angle symbol in front of the A. Now, for right now, we haven't talked much about the difference between equals and congruent. So if you left the M off, if you forgot to put the M in front of that, I would not take points off at this point. In our next chapter, when we get into congruence, that will become important. But for right now, it's not a big deal to me. All right, what's my other pair of angles? Lily, are you okay? What are you doing? Okay, please pay attention. My other one would be, I got A and D, I got E and B here also. Are we getting this? Now, we saw some on Friday where we had to do a little bit of extra work ahead of this. Did we have to do any extra work to know that those angle pairs were equal this time around? We didn't. They were already marked. I just want to flip back to our work from Friday and remind you, we also use angle on this one. Do you guys remember why we had to put this extra bubble above one of our angle pairs here? Because when we started the problem, we didn't know that this was 23.3. We had to do some work to figure out that angle T was 22.3. So if we have to do any extra work just to know that these two angles are equal, then we got to put that extra bubble in. All right. I want you to look at the second one and tell me, do we have enough information to do angle for this one? I see two angles here. That's promising. Do you have two matching angles over here? One of them does, but I don't see a 53.1. Is there any way we could do some work and figure out that one of these angles is 53.1? Not right now. Now, once we get to chapter 4 and you guys learn about trigonometry, there will be a way for us to do that, but for right now we can't. So angle's out. So our other option is side angle side. So you're going to create a proof that's going to look a lot like this one. I'm not going to walk you through step by step on this, but you've got an example here, and we did another example down at the bottom of the page here for that one. So your job is to finish the other three problems here, and then you're done for today. All right, and then you can get started on the assignment. And the next assignment, I'll go ahead and put up on the screen here so you guys can get that copy down. All right, any questions before we split here? All right, I'm going to be walking around, passing back some papers. Please get my attention as you finish these so that I can check and give you feedback on your proofs. All right. And there's our assignment. Thank you guys for your attention.